The Tower of God Ultimate Challenge Tournament is officially live, and the hype is absolutely off the charts. Fans are losing their minds over how smooth that boss combo was. 999 of Frost really knows his stuff. Shoo, quiet down. The crowd hushes in awe, terrified that any noise might distract the legendary god Su-Bai from his high-stakes boss battle. Fingers dance across the keys like lightning. Every single click is a calculated strike in this intense, high-stakes digital showdown. The crowd gasps. The boss's HP has plummeted to a measly 10%. The screen explodes in a shower of critical hits as he unleashes a maximum damage onslaught, leaving the boss nowhere to hide. Steel rings against shadow as our hero launches a desperate counterattack. It's a heart-pounding duel where one mistake means total defeat. The boss sneers at the intruder, mocking his futile attempt to challenge a titan. Su-Bai roars back, vowing to slay even the gods themselves if they dare stand in his path. A blinding wave of pure destruction shatters the air as he delivers an earth-shattering strike. The very ground trembles beneath the force of his blade. Breaking news. Player Su-Bai has officially cleared the 999th floor of the Tower of God. Absolute chaos in the chat. Someone finally did it. The final boss is down, and the internet is hailing Su-Bai as a legend. Su-Bai stands tall, declaring himself the undisputed number one, the only player capable of conquering all 999 floors. Suddenly, his eyes widen and his pupils dilate. A lethal realization hits him with the force of a thunderbolt. A single, brutal blow sends him reeling backward. The battle has taken a terrifying, lethal turn. The crowd panics, screaming, "God Su-Bai, what's wrong? Stay with us." The system confirms the floor clear, but the victory feels hollow as Su-Bai collapses. Desperate cries echo through the stream. "Call an ambulance! Right now!" The world is in shock. Su-Bai is dead. He beat the final floor only to perish in an instant. The king of the tower has truly fallen. In his final moments, Su-Bai whispers to the void, questioning his own demise and wondering what secrets lie at the very top of the tower. 10 years ago, the Tower of God descended to Earth, shattering the status quo and dragging humanity from the era of technology into the age of superpowers. Mankind now battles vicious beasts and demons for resources. 99 floors have been conquered, but the path to the top is paved with blood. Technology and quality of life have exploded thanks to the tower's resources, but the cost of progress is steep. A teacher stands before his class, his voice booming. "The moment of truth is here. Are you ready to enter the Tower of God?" The students shout in unison, "Ready!" Su-Bai wakes up in a daze, confused. "Wait, where am I? Didn't I just die?" A classmate laughs at his naive dreams of getting an SSS-grade crystal, reminding him that fewer than 10 have ever been found in a decade. Everyone is buzzing with excitement, dreaming of hitting level 10 and joining the elite frontline raid teams. In the Yen Nation, entry is strictly regulated. Only those with 18 years of rigorous training are permitted to step into the tower. Su-Bai looks around, realizing in shock that he's inside the very game he used to play. He realizes the world he's in has only reached the 99th floor. Did he just transmigrate into a parallel reality where the game is real? If he's the same player who cleared floor 999, he's going to be unstoppable here. Is this his second chance at a peak life? The teacher demands silence, bringing the rowdy students to order. It's time for the teleportation crystals to be distributed. With a final wish for safety from his teacher, the teleportation begins. The hype is real. Su-Bai stares into the abyss, determined to reach the summit and conquer every single floor once more. The system attempts to process his data, but flashes a warning. A pre-registered account has been detected. Is his old account really linked to this world? Login failed. The system attempts to wipe the mismatched data. What the hell? His precious old data is being erased in real time. Talk about a savage system update. With the slate wiped clean, Su-Bai arrives in the familiar beginner town. It's time to start from scratch. A mysterious notification pings. He has an unread message in his inbox. He opens the reward for clearing the 999th floor. The clock of all things, a supreme artifact. This changes everything. He checks the stats. This artifact has no level requirement and claims it can upgrade absolutely anything. The description is vague, but he's a genius. He'll figure out how to exploit this. First stop, town to see what's what. Entering the beginner tavern. The scent of stale beer hits him like nostalgia. Plus, Yen Nation gets a 10% stat boost for clearing the zone first. The crowd cheers for Sword God Lin, unaware that a much bigger player is lurking in their midst. Su Bai checks his base stats. With that 10% boost, he's already ahead of the curve. The clock of all things hums to life, detecting his junk gear. He stares in disbelief. Even white-grade trash can be upgraded. He initiates an upgrade on his short sword. It's a 100% success rate. He's practically printing power-ups. He realizes his potential is limitless. He's about to turn beginner trash into legendary gear. There's just one tiny problem. He's flat broke. He decides to focus on making some quick cash. In this world, money doesn't just talk. It buys godhood. The Tower of God looms, waiting to be conquered. He only has 7 days of beginner protection. If he doesn't land a class transfer soon, he's getting kicked out. Panic sets in for other newbies, but Su Bai has a plan. He approaches the tavern lady with a proposition: cocktail recipes. He offers her the recipe for rare beast blood wine. She's skeptical but intrigued. She threatens him with a beating if he's lying, but Su Bai doesn't even blink. 5 gold coins per recipe. It's a steal and he knows it. The deal is struck. Other players try to lowball for the drink, but they don't stand a chance. The tavern lady silences the crowd. That drink is rightfully hers. She downs the cocktail in one fierce gulp, clearly impressed by the quality. How was it? Su Bai asks with a smirk. She's hooked. She wants every single recipe he has. He gives her a friendly discount for all 5. She's starting to think this kid might actually be worth keeping around. 20 gold coins in his pocket. He's rich and he knows exactly where to spend it. She tosses him a bonus dagger as a thank you. It's decent gear and he takes it with a smile. Business is done, and it's time to move on to bigger things. He promises to bring more wine recipes in the future. She watches him leave, realizing he's quite the smooth talker. He immediately starts upgrading his new dagger. The stat boosts are going to be insane. Spending money on upgrades is a risk, but he can't afford to waste time. With a single touch, the upgrade sequence begins. The power-up is real. Success. His stats are skyrocketing. He feels invincible. Clearing the first floor is going to be a total breeze. It's time to go. Out in the outskirts, newbies are scrambling over rabbits like they're winning the lottery. Su Bai just walks up and takes the rabbit. Easy loot. Other players are shocked. How can he be so heartless to such a cute monster? They warn him about the dangerous areas, but he ignores them. He doesn't even know what danger means anymore. A wind serpent lunges. They scream at him to run. He scoffs. A level 1 serpent. It's not even a warm-up. In a blink, the serpent is down. The crowd is speechless. What just happened? They whisper. Su Bai just shrugs. They keep lecturing him about critical hits, but he's already bored. With a flick of his wrist, he tosses a coin, taking down a target with lethal accuracy. He tosses them a copper coin for their concern and leaves them in the dust. They call him crazy, but he's already moved on to bigger prey. Out here, the competition is non-existent. A serpent lunges from the shadows, but he's already mid-swing. One brutal blow, and the serpent's HP hits 0. Precision is his middle name. It's just like the game, but he's leveling up way too slowly for his own liking. More serpents emerge from the void, but he stands his ground, ready for a massacre. Bring it on. He's having the time of his life. It's a great grind, but the loot drops are honestly pathetic. A global announcement rings out. Season 10 has begun, and the leaderboard is reset. The game is on. He needs to climb faster than ever. He won't let anyone steal the first kill rewards this time. The other players are just happy to be here, oblivious to the god walking among them. They talk about the wealthy families, but Subai doesn't care about silver spoons. They think wealth is everything, but power is the only currency that matters in the tower. They go back to hunting rabbits while Subai hunts for glory. A single swipe of his blade turns 3 serpents into XP and loot. Carnage has never looked so clean. Level 2 reached. He's climbing the ranks, and the rewards keep rolling in. A black iron chest. He's loving the progression. The rankings are live and people are scrambling for level 3. He was slightly slowed down earlier, but he's picking up the pace. Time to see what's inside this chest. Basic armor and 30 copper? A bit underwhelming, but it'll do for upgrades. The clock of all things waits for his command. Weapon upgrades are the priority. Damage is the best defense, after all. He dumps his resources into upgrading his refined dagger. Success. A +1 refined dagger is in his hands. He decides to go all the way, maxing it out to +8. The coins vanish, but the weapon glows with newfound power. The stats are incredible. This dagger is going to carve through anything in his path. He notes that the base stats only jump on the first upgrade, but the raw power gain is worth it. He slices through the air, testing the weight of his enhanced blade. Perfection. With stats like these, he's basically wielding a high-tier weapon. The clock is truly a cheat code. It's time to find the beginner zone boss and show it who's boss. The boss only respawns 10 times today. It's a race against time. Every team is scrambling to be the one to clear the first floor. He finds the lair, the fight is already underway. The sounds of clashing steel fill the air. No way, he smirks. This kill is going to be mine. The team in front is panicking as the goblin swarm grows. Look at that gear. They're definitely well-funded. But are they skilled? It's Lin Yuchan from the Lin family. Her gear makes his own look like junk, but he isn't intimidated. They're trying to coordinate, but it's a total mess. They charge, screaming their battle cries. The bodyguard thinks they've got it in the bag. How cute. They're worried about other families, but they should be worrying about the guy behind them. Who's there? The guard shouts, spotting Subai. He tries to play it cool, acting like he's just a lost solo player. Just passing through, he claims. They aren't buying it for a second. They're shocked he survived the forest solo. He just smirks. He bids them farewell, but he's not going anywhere. They realize he's playing them, using their fight to scout the boss. They order their battalions to stop him, desperate to secure their prestige. Chaos ensues as the warriors clash with the monsters, trying to keep Subai from stealing the show. Why are you bothering me? Subai-sais. I just wanted to watch. They look down on him because he's only level 2. Big mistake. They order him to be killed, but Subai just cracks his knuckles. It's playtime. A projectile screams toward his head, but he reacts in an instant. They stare in horror as their attack is blocked by a mere dagger. Kill him! They scream, but it's already too late for them. If you're enjoying this recap, smash that like button and subscribe for more. He scoffs at his opponents, mocking their pathetic attempt to take him down. With the speed of a striking viper, he lunges forward, leaving the guards reeling from a single brutal swing. A chorus of agonizing screams echoes through the area as the guards collapse. The enemy leader stares in utter disbelief, his jaw practically hitting the floor. He screams that a mere level 2 rookie has humiliated them, ordering a desperate retreat. The leader sneers, admitting the boy is talented but insisting he's nowhere near strong enough to actually finish the job. A flurry of critical hits flashes on the screen. The enemy's HP bar is melting away. More critical hits land. The guards are panicking, scrambling to get away from the monster in human skin. The leader bellows in rage, warning him that he's just made a very dangerous enemy. He doesn't flinch, coldly retorting that anyone standing in his way is going to pay a heavy price. The leader, Zhang Fei, is left stuttering in shock as his pride is shredded to pieces. The air is heavy with the scent of defeat and spilled pride. Suddenly, the tone shifts. Is this a desperate plea for a truce? He remains unmoved, repeating his cold warning. Get out of the way or get crushed. Zhang Fei is still reeling, unable to process how a nobody is dominating the encounter. Our hero stands tall, looking like the main character everyone wishes they were. The offer is on the table again, but our hero isn't exactly the forgiving type. The scene shifts as the pressure mounts. The stalemate is about to break. The hero unleashes a lethal strike, channeling raw lightning as his summoned beasts descend upon the enemy. Chaos erupts as he dominates the battlefield with overwhelming power. He finally bites, telling them to spit out their deal before he changes his mind. The guards are whispering, realizing this lone player is far more dangerous than his stats suggest. They decide to play nice, offering to pay to get to know him, or rather, to get him off their backs. One guard questions why they're bothering with a lone wolf, but the leader snaps back. They can't afford to fail the raid because of some petty ego trip. He sets the price. A protection fee of 1 silver coin per person. It's practically a steal, right? The nobles are outraged, screaming that he must be dreaming if he thinks they'll pay up. He stays calm, reminding them it's the price for staying alive. Money talks. They cough up 3 gold coins for safe passage and try to friend him, but he's charging a premium for that friendship. The coins change hands and the transaction is complete. Talk about a high-stakes business meeting. They're fuming, calling it daylight robbery, but then they pivot. Why not team up to snag the boss kill? The desperation is real. They know how important that first boss kill is for their reputation. He's listening, but he's not about to make it easy for them. He drops the bomb. He wants total control or the deal is off. They lose their minds, acting like being led by him is a fate worse than death. They brag about their elite training under the Lin family, but he's clearly unimpressed. He gives them an ultimatum. Follow his lead or get left in the dust. He doesn't have time for dead weight. They refuse to hand over the reins, citing trust issues with an outsider. He doesn't hesitate. He walks away, leaving them to their own devices. They scramble, throwing a bribe of 100 gold coins on the table to make him stay. The tension is palpable as our hero stands firm, ready to face whatever threat lurks right in front of him. With his allies at his back, he prepares to unleash absolute chaos. He laughs off the bribe, knowing the reward for the first kill is worth far, far more. They mock his ambition, calling him a dreamer for thinking a solo player can take the world-first boss. The arrogance of the elites is almost as impressive as their bad decision-making skills. A mysterious digital interface erupts into existence, signaling a game-changing power-up. Our hero's journey is about to take a wild turn. With a pocket full of gold, it's time to turn that rusty gear into a masterpiece. The upgrade menu pops up. He's got options, and he's not looking to pinch pennies today. He drops 1650 silver to skip the wait time. Why wait when you can be overpowered right now? Stats are skyrocketing. His HP is finally over 300, and he's feeling like a total tank. The elites are gossiping, wondering if anyone can actually take the record this year. They mourn their past failures, wishing the Yen Kingdom could produce a genius like the ones from Pharos. The pressure is mounting on all sides. He's locked in, determined to claim the prize before anyone else even gets close. Wait, is someone else already here? He's not the only one moving fast. He catches a whiff of something. Concealment powder? It's a classic trick, but it only works if the user is stronger than their target. He recognizes the item. That's a high-tier toy for the rich, worth an absolute fortune. The competition is heating up, and it's getting expensive. Things are about to get real ugly, real fast. Luck is on his side. The boss is still waiting, untouched and ready for a fight. The onlookers spot him. Should they intervene and play dirty? The leader waves it off, dismissing him as just another solo player destined to fail. Wang Zisher, heir to a major clan, is watching with a smirk of superiority. Beside him is Li Yueran, another highborn brat looking to claim what isn't hers. They're shocked to see him actually stepping up to the boss. Is he crazy? A deafening roar shakes the earth. The boss is awake. The stage is set for a legendary showdown. Pure, unadulterated terror radiates from the monster's glowing red eyes. He stands ready to unleash absolute carnage. The Goblin King emerges, and our hero isn't backing down an inch. The nobles are debating whether to jump in and steal the glory. They decide to sit back and watch the madman get shredded. They're practically cheering for his demise, betting on his failure. He stares down the beast, memories of the past fueling his resolve. The monster lunges, but he's ready for the dance. He taunts the beast, ready to trade blows with a monster twice his size. The boss swings, but he's already moving out of range. Flash step activated. He's a blur of motion. He's dancing around the boss like it's nothing. He laughs at the beast's slow-motion attacks. Is that the best you've got? Another hit, another chunk of HP gone. He knows the playbook by heart. Chest, back, and eyes. The onlookers are losing their minds. How is he dodging everything? He mocks the monster again, clearly having the time of his life. Critical hit after critical hit. The boss is reeling. He hits the weak points with surgical precision. The elites are starting to sweat. This rookie is actually winning. They're questioning reality. How is he pulling off moves that even pros struggle with? Kiting like a god, the crowd is officially stunned. Panic is setting in among the noble observers. Do they intervene now or wait for him to die? The leader decides to wait. Let the boss do the dirty work first. They're ready to swoop in like scavengers the moment he slips up. He's tearing the boss apart like it's a chore. The monster is getting desperate, letting out a frantic shriek. He slices deep. Another critical hit. The end is near. The boss is thrashing, but it's too late to stop the inevitable. The beast is backed into a corner, and our hero is closing in. Is the boss calling for reinforcements? Talk about a sore loser. The minions arrive, but our hero isn't even breaking a sweat. The elites watching are baffled. How is he still standing? A swarm of goblin guards floods the area. He needs to break through, but he's not alone anymore. The scavengers are moving in. The elites jump into the fray, shouting orders to secure the kill. They realize their plan to wait is falling apart thanks to his chaotic pace. They fight to clear a path, desperate to get to the boss before he does. They're cheering each other on, blinded by the hope of the reward. The leader is pumped, thinking victory is finally within their grasp. He's convinced he's going to swipe the first kill, but he's forgotten who he's dealing with. A voice cuts through the chaos. He's been watching them the whole time. He calls out their pathetic attempt to steal the kill with their shiny scrolls. He dares them to try, standing firm amidst the incoming fire. A massive spell is cast, aiming to wipe him off the map. Boom! A massive, earth-shattering explosion erupts, tearing through the landscape with devastating power. The elites cheer, certain they've finally vaporized their competition. But wait, why is the system silent? No notification? Suddenly, the announcement blares across the server. Subai has slain the Goblin King. The news hits like a shockwave. They didn't steal it. They got played. The name Subai echoes through the air, striking fear into the nobles. How did he manage that one shot in the middle of all that chaos? He laughs at them, explaining he'd been stacking damage the whole time while they were busy playing hero. He rubs salt in the wound, noting that their expensive magic scroll was a total waste of money. He leaves them with a parting lesson. Money can't buy victory when you're this incompetent. The server-wide announcement stuns everyone. Who is this guy? And where did he come from? The top families are losing their monopoly on glory, and they don't like it one bit. They try to rationalize it. It must be a different Subai, right? An orphan couldn't possibly be this good. Reality is a hard pill to swallow, but it's right there in the system logs. The orders are shouted, regroup and move out. They've got a reputation to fix. They're fuming, cursing his name while he walks away with the spoils. The leader is already planning the next raid, but he's clearly shaken. He's already trying to claim the next boss. But does he really think he's in charge? The tension skyrockets as the duo steps onto the scene, radiating an aura of pure, unbridled power. They aren't just here to talk. They're here to dominate. The rewards roll in: first kill status and a shiny silver chest for his inventory. He's in the top 100, which means more loot. Time to see what's inside these chests. Rare boots and EXP potions? Not a bad haul for a day's work. The one-step boots look promising. A 30% speed boost is exactly what he needs. He's feeling good, but he knows the grind is far from over. He checks the leaderboards, rank 98. He's got some climbing to do. The competition is global, and the pay-to-win players are everywhere. Time for an EXP potion. He's got levels to gain and records to break. The Tower of God is waiting, and he's ready to see what's inside. Still rank 98. He's gonna make that number look real silly soon. The realization hits. The world is full of rich kids with better gear, but none of them have his grit. He downs the potion, feeling the stat boost kick in. Let's get to work. He ponders the next challenge. What kind of dungeon awaits him in the tower? Lightning crackles as our hero charges into the fray, blade drawn and ready to crush his monstrous foes. The battlefield ignites with raw power as he prepares to unleash a devastating strike. The first floor of the God Tower, the true test, begins now. A chilling gateway tears open the void as our hero steps out to face the unknown. The silence of the abyss is shattered by his arrival. The dark maze? Talk about a spooky place to start the season. If you're enjoying this recap, smash that like button and subscribe for more. It's a high difficulty dungeon, but for someone like him, it's just another Tuesday. He steps into the darkness, ready to conquer whatever nightmare lies ahead. He moves with robotic precision, reciting his path forward. Left, right, straight ahead. He's got the route memorized like the back of his hand. He chuckles, recognizing the familiar layout of the maze. Good thing he hasn't forgotten the way out of this labyrinth. A monstrous claw tears through the fabric of reality, lunging from the void to challenge him. The tension spikes as a sinister power emerges right at his feet. He shouts in surprise as the air shifts violently around him. His eyes widen. It's a man-eating ghoul. Talk about an unwelcome surprise guest. The system analyzes the monstrosity. A level 3 man-eating ghoul, undead and ready to shred anything in its path. He knows the drill. These ghouls are famous for their lightning-fast agility. He has to stay sharp and avoid getting swarmed. He weaves through the attack, landing a devastating blow. One shot, one kill. As long as they come one by one, this is a walk in the park. A terrifying beast descends from the shadows to strike. Our hero stands his ground, blade ready for the lethal counter. Another critical hit. The monster drops before it even knows what hit it. Experience points flood in, and with a ding, he hits level 3. 2 attribute points earned. Time to get stronger. With his stats now significantly boosted, he realizes the Demon King's experience was the perfect catalyst to break through to level 3. The ground trembles as the deadly platform shift begins. One wrong step could be his last. He eyes the 2 stone tablets. Red for hard, blue for easy. The choice is obvious to someone of his ambition. Of course he picks red. Why settle for scraps when you can hunt for legendary loot? A mysterious magic circle ignites beneath his feet as he steps into the heart of the ancient dungeon. The path ahead is set, and there is no turning back now. Meanwhile, back at the Chu Dynasty Guild, the reports are in. Mr. Junksai is making excellent progress. The guild president remains unimpressed, noting that early leads mean nothing. Only the one who takes the final prize truly wins. A loyal subordinate insists that with the president's backing, Junksai is a shoe-in for the Rookie King title. The president scoffs at the very idea of a pampered victory. He declares that a true Rookie King must carve his path through blood and steel, not just rely on family connections. Back in the fray, our hero is turning the battlefield into a highlight reel of critical hits. The experience keeps rolling in, his level bar climbing higher and higher. He's closing in on the next milestone, his progress accelerating rapidly. Not even 30 minutes in, and the rewards inside this tower are proving to be top tier. With a final swing, he clears the room of every last monster. He pauses, eyes narrowing at a strange sight. What's that? A hidden room revealed by a gray stone tablet. His choice of high difficulty mode is already paying massive dividends. The ancient seal shatters as the platform erupts from the depths. A mysterious power awakens, dragging our hero into the unknown. He readies himself for whatever monstrosity waits in the dark. 50 ghouls? He's outnumbered, but he's definitely not outclassed. The bloodthirsty monsters launch a coordinated assault. These nightmarish creatures are closing in for the kill. A lone warrior lunges into the fray, cutting down the encroaching horde with lightning speed. The swarm descends, but he won't go down without a brutal fight. Half an hour passes in a blur of motion and steel. Another level up. Level 4 is officially in the bag. He flashes a grin. The power growth is intoxicating. The dungeon rewards him with an S-rank perfect clear, throwing in a mountain of gold and experience for his trouble. Checking his stats, he notes the perfect balance. Now it's time to show the boss who's boss. He glances at the leaderboard. Still no one else has cleared the boss. He's about to change that. The competition is falling behind, but he's just getting warmed up. Heavy, ragged breaths echo through the suffocating darkness. Something sinister lurks just out of sight, waiting to strike. He laughs, ready to drop a bombshell on the current record holders. The heavy stone gates groan open, revealing a dark and ominous path ahead. Our hero stands ready to face whatever nightmare lurks within. The rankings remain stagnant, waiting for a true challenger to shake things up. A surge of raw power erupts as he slams his foot down, igniting the lethal magic circle. The battlefield trembles under the weight of his overwhelming aura. He smirks, fully prepared to shatter the record books today. The stage is set for a clash of titans. Floor 1 boss room, the final barrier between him and his goal. The air is heavy with the scent of ozone and ancient magic. He greets the boss with a casual, taunting wave. Long time no see, old friend. The beast stares back, unfazed by his insolence. He tells the monster to quit the posturing and get on with the slaughter. He effortlessly sidesteps a crushing blow. The Minotaur charges, a level 5 elite boss with stats that would make any normal player run for the hills. The boss growls, clearly annoyed by his cocky attitude. With a lethal gaze and a glowing blade in hand, our hero lunges forward to strike. There is no escape from this high-speed assault. With a deafening clash, the beast parries the incoming blade. Sparks fly as the monster effortlessly deflects the lethal strike. The beast awakens, crackling with lethal energy as it grips its massive blade. There's nowhere left to hide from this terrifying predator. The heat in the room is rising to dangerous levels. He's having the time of his life, and the boss is starting to show it. He grins. This is exactly the kind of challenge he was looking for. The Minotaur unleashes a trampling charge, tearing up the floor in a bid for dominance. The shockwaves are intense, but he doesn't flinch. He strikes with a slipstream maneuver, slicing deep into the beast's HP. He mocks the monster, dodging another clumsy swing with ease. Razor-sharp light streaks tear through the air, catching the demonic horde in a lethal dance. They don't stand a chance against this blinding onslaught. Another perfect strike, another wound for the beast. The monstrous Minotaur lunges with lethal force, leaving our hero cornered and seconds away from total annihilation. The ground shatters as a monstrous warrior slams down with earth-shattering force. This brutal shockwave leaves his prey reeling in the wake of pure destruction. He's dancing on the edge of a blade and loving every second of it. He's surprised by the boss's speed, but not enough to panic. He calls the beast a hot-headed bull, baiting it into an even more reckless rage. He blinks behind the monster, taunting it for failing to keep track of him. He's going to make sure this beast remembers exactly who defeated it. A massive critical hit. The boss's health bar is plummeting. The hero unleashes a blinding strike, carving through the demonic horde with lethal precision. No monster stands a chance against his blazing blade. He's using the adds as a personal EXP farm. Efficiency is the name of the game. Another level up, level 5, and he's feeling stronger by the minute. Just one final push to finish this fight. He activates his ultimate move. The end is near. The savage Minotaur is trapped in a whirlwind of razor-sharp energy. He's bracing for the onslaught, but can he survive this lethal storm? The monstrous beast lets out a deafening, blood-curdling roar. Pure terror radiates as it prepares to unleash absolute carnage. He laughs. The boss triggered its berserk mode too early. Rookie mistake. It's time to stop holding back and finish the play. The beast roars, a desperate cry in the face of impending defeat. He taunts the beast, popping up right behind it. Surprise. The berserk state fades, leaving the monster vulnerable and exhausted. He stands right in front of the boss, ready for the final blow. With a blinding flash of steel, he lunges forward to deliver a devastating strike. The beast doesn't stand a chance against this lethal precision. He notes how pathetic the boss looks now, bleeding out and struggling to stand. He tells the beast it's game over. He hasn't got all day to waste on a glorified cow. A final, crushing critical hit ends the fight once and for all. The system announces his victory. Floor 1 cleared, and the ticket to Floor 2 is officially his. An S-rank clear and a massive EXP bonus. He's absolutely crushing the competition. As the first player of the season to down the boss, he earns a golden chest and a mountain of loot. He shatters the historical record with a time of 58 minutes and 59 seconds. Talk about a clean sweep. He shrugs. It wasn't his fastest, but it was plenty good for a start. He knows that in this run, resources are the only thing that truly matters. A deafening explosion tears through the battlefield, vaporizing everything in its path. Absolute destruction reigns as the shockwave obliterates the target. He acknowledges the power of his father's weapon, expensive, but worth every penny for the sheer killing power. Time to start the bombardment and clean up the leftovers. The global announcement hits the servers. Subai has taken the first kill record for the Yen Kingdom. The shock is palpable across the entire guild. His name climbs to the top of the leaderboard, displacing the so-called elites. The keyboard warriors are losing their minds. They're convinced he must be cheating. 58 minutes? It's physically impossible, or so they thought. The rankings don't lie, and he's sitting at number 1. Everyone is asking the same question. Who is this monster, and where did he come from? The Yen Kingdom hasn't seen talent like this in years. The Rookie King title is looking like a lock. Even the top guilds are scrambling, realizing their golden boy just got outplayed. The panic is real. They're desperate for Junksai to recover the lead, but the writing is on the wall. Orders are issued. Find out everything there is to know about this Subai, and do it now. The Lin family realizes they made a massive mistake underestimating him. They're already looking for a way to recruit him. He eyes the golden chest. If it doesn't contain a perfect grade item, he's going to be very disappointed. The loot window glows with a heavenly light. Success. A perfect grade item is sitting right there in his inventory. Behold the golden hoe. A perfect grade item that's going to make his life a whole lot easier. He's delighted. Between this and the EXP orb, he's going to be unstoppable on the next floor. A surge of raw, explosive power erupts as he clenches his fist. The battlefield trembles under the weight of his awakening. The EXP orb does its work, pumping 60,000 points straight into his bar. Level 6, here he comes. 2 more points to spend on his stats. His stats are skyrocketing. Time to dump some resources into his gear and get serious. He hits the upgrade button with a satisfied grin. The upgrade is a success, giving him a massive boost to his physical and magical stats. Money is no object when you're building a god-tier character. He's skipping the wait time. Instant upgrade. His stats are climbing into the stratosphere. He's having too much fun with this. Another round of upgrades, another massive increase in power. He checks his status. He's becoming a powerhouse, and he hasn't even done his class transfer yet. With his supreme artifact and refined gear, he's looking like the final boss of the beginner zone. Ticket in hand, he's ready for the next floor. No rest for the wicked. He sets a new, ambitious goal. Clear 10 floors in 24 hours. He enters the Naka Desert, the heat immediately pressing in on him. 1 minute to prepare. The first wave is coming, and he's ready to make it quick. 10 waves of monsters? Too slow. He's gonna force the spawn rates up and crush them all at once. The tension explodes in the scorching desert as a monstrous power lunges toward its unsuspecting prey. He stands his ground, bracing for the inevitable clash of steel and beast. The system identifies the sawtooth lizards, level 3, but nothing more than cannon fodder. They're too slow for his taste. He needs to speed this up to protect his record time. He decides to stop waiting for them to come to him and takes the fight to their nest. A flurry of critical hits wipes out the first wave in seconds. He finishes in 2 minutes what usually takes 10. He's playing a completely different game than everyone else. Sinister portals tear through reality, unleashing a horde of ravenous beasts. The landscape trembles as the nightmare begins. Still not fast enough. He needs to push the limits of this dungeon. Waves 4, 5, and 6 fall in record time. The system can barely keep up with his pace. He reaches the floor 2 boss room. Looks like the little werewolf is next on his hit list. He doesn't waste time with pleasantries. Steel slash. Straight to the heart. The boss dies, the perfect clear is secured, and he breaks yet another all-time record. Another golden treasure chest. What kind of loot is waiting for him this time? A linked purple-gold armor set. Perfect grade, and it fits him like a glove. This armor is a game-changer, with regeneration that restores HP every 5 seconds. He's practically unkillable. He admires the gear, it makes everything else look like trash. He gets straight to work on upgrading his new toy. This armor is going to be the foundation of his legend. He decides to upgrade his gear before the equipment level becomes too high to even handle. With a quick gold transaction, the upgrade succeeds, and he proudly claims his new linked purple gold armor +1. The cost is absolutely brutal. Upgrading gear is definitely a fast track to being broke. He admires his perfect grade gear, noting that even his other items look fancier just by being in its presence. With a lethal flash of steel and crackling energy, our hero unleashes a whirlwind of power to crush his monstrous foes. The battlefield ignites as he readies his next devastating strike. He pops a novice EXP orb, instantly gaining a massive 50,000 experience points. The system pings as he hits level 7, granting him 2 precious free attribute points. He checks his progress with a smirk. 50,000 EXP is a solid haul for such a short grind. Subai reviews his stats. Everything is perfectly balanced, and decides it's time to head to the 3rd floor. Just like that, his hard-earned gold vanishes into thin air. He really needs to find a better way to print money. He arrives at the Silken Cavern, ready to face whatever crawling horrors wait inside. The atmosphere in the cavern is eerie and suffocating. He approaches the spiders with a sinister chuckle, eager to turn them into loot. He unleashes his annihilation cannon with a boastful laugh, ready to wipe out the boss room. The Minotaur falls. He clears the 1st floor and grabs his golden ticket to the 2nd floor. The boss's rage mode was tricky, but he survived the exhaustion to claim his victory. Luck is on his side as a rare longsword drops from the chest. A world announcement flashes across the screen. Subai has cleared the 2nd floor, bringing glory to the Yen Kingdom. Players everywhere are losing their minds. Clearing the 2nd floor in under half an hour is practically impossible. The competition is left in the dust, wondering exactly who this rising star, Subai, really is. He's just getting started, promising to show everyone what real speed leveling looks like. Another world announcement rocks the server. Subai has claimed the 1st clear for the 3rd floor. His clear time is a lightning-fast 25 minutes. He moves on to the 4th floor, the Crimson Flame Desert, without skipping a beat. Yet another record falls as he clears the 4th floor in record time. The Misty Swamp on the 5th floor stands no chance against his momentum. He blazes through the 5th floor, completing it in under 20 minutes. The community is in a frenzy, debating whether he's a genius, a monster, or a literal god. He's defying the norm by getting faster, not slower. Skeptics suggest the floors are just too easy, while others wonder if he pulled a secret epic-grade weapon. Inside the strategy group meeting room, the higher-ups are watching the rankings closely. Pei Lingxue finds this mysterious Su Bai to be an incredibly intriguing subject. Si Nantian notes that Su Bai is a total blank slate. No family, no backers, and mediocre combat scores at school. They wonder if he stumbled upon a legendary treasure inside the tower. Epic-grade gear is so rare that even the top-tier team members barely have any. Tensions rise as the group debates whether to target a kid's weapon, even though many of them don't even have a full set of perfect-grade gear themselves. The bickering stops as the captain demands order. Captain Su Tsong lays out the plan. If Su Bai hasn't pulled an S-rank crystal, they'll try to buy his epic weapon. They consider inviting him to a trial, though the captain warns them to remain cautious with a newcomer. With the rookie squads being so weak lately, the captain argues that cultivating talent like Su Bai is a smart move. The decision is made. The strategy group will keep a close eye on him. The captain turns his gaze on Si Nantian, warning him to improve or risk being demoted to the second-tier team. The air in the room remains tense as the meeting concludes. Su Bai checks his stats. The level-up bonuses are great, but the gear upgrade costs are bleeding his wallet dry. With only 300 gold left, he's starting to realize he can't afford many more upgrades. He calculates his potential earnings from the upcoming floors and the Rookie King title. The reality of his empty pockets hits him. He is officially broke and desperate for cash. A light bulb goes off. He remembers a potential source of income. A string of messages from Lin Yuchan appears, offering him a massive contract and a generous red packet apology. He grins. It's time to get down to business. Su Bai proposes his terms, setting a price for his job transfer crystals that he knows they'll pay. That price is a steal compared to the market, but he needs the liquidity. Lin Yuchan agrees to the deal, locking in the trade for when he exits the tower. Watching the wealthy scramble is almost as fun as the leveling itself. Business is settled. It's time to get back to the real grind. The gateway to the unknown looms ahead, pulsing with dark energy. With no room for fear, he steps into the abyss to face his destiny. He charges toward the 6th floor with relentless ambition. The race for the tower is on, and he's miles ahead of everyone else. The agreement is solidified. The Lin family will pay handsomely for his findings. Watching the rich drop money like it's nothing never gets old. The deal is done, and the grind continues without pause. He steps onto the 6th floor, eyes fixed on the next objective. The wild oasis is a vast, challenging environment. Every step in this zone is a test of survival. He realizes this floor is a massive spike in difficulty, requiring luck to find the roaming boss. He inspects his dragon crossbow. The fallen quality rare gear is exactly what he needs. He has the weapon, but he's lacking the most important part: ammunition. Every shot has to count. He can't afford to waste a single bolt. Something catches his attention in the distance. A group of monsters appears, providing the perfect target practice. He aims his new crossbow, ready to test its lethality on the local wildlife. The crossbow fires with deadly precision. The projectiles tear through the enemies with ease. His efficiency with the new weapon is nothing short of impressive. He's satisfied with the results. The crossbow is a total beast. He notes that he can reuse his bolts if he's careful, saving him money for his future deals with Lin Yuchan. He racks his memory for the boss's location, knowing it follows the river north. The environment feels alive and dangerous. The sound of the rushing river confirms he's on the right path. There it is, the target finally reveals itself. He prepares to strike, his focus narrowing. He assesses the amphibious fishman, noting its skills and stats. He gets to work, showing the monster who's really in charge. Combat is swift and brutal. The drop is perfect. A B-rank job transfer crystal is exactly what he needed to find. He picks up the crystal, laughing as he realizes how high the drop rates actually are. He immediately puts out feelers to sell the crystal, knowing exactly how much it's worth. Negotiations begin, and he demands a high price for the warrior-class crystal. He pushes for an extra 100,000, and the deal is sealed. His pockets are getting heavier by the minute. A sudden, ominous sound ripples through the water. The real boss has finally arrived to crash the party. The Oasis Fish Demon emerges, an elite boss with a massive health pool and deadly skills. Subai mocks the beast, unimpressed by its exotic appearance. He decides to toy with the monster before finishing it off. He moves with unnatural agility. The boss struggles to even land a hit on him. He activates Flash Step, repositioning instantly. A critical hit lands, carving a chunk out of the boss's health. A bloodthirsty sea beast lunges from the depths, but a deadly trident stands ready to strike. The hunt is on. The boss is clearly out of its league. He taunts the creature, noting how predictable its attacks have become. With a final, icy command, he prepares to end the fight. Another series of critical hits brings the boss to its knees. A monstrous sea beast erupts from the depths with terrifying power. Our lone hero stands his ground, crossbow ready for a deadly showdown. The boss dies, and a flurry of notifications floods his screen. He's earned an S-rank rating and a brand new title. He admits the fight took a little longer than expected, but the 5 silver chests make it all worth it. He begins the satisfying process of opening his rewards, from potions to fine gear. Some of the loot is a bit disappointing, but he takes what he can get. He upgrades his new bracers, boosting his defensive stats for the upcoming floors. The water resistance on the bracers will definitely come in handy. They aren't perfect, but they'll do the job for now. Without hesitation, he pushes forward toward the 7th floor. He's locked in. He will clear the first 10 floors in 20 hours, and the Rookie King title will be his. A system announcement reveals that someone else has obtained an S-class job, but Subai is unfazed. He marches toward the 7th floor, focused solely on the prize. Defying gravity itself, he stands firm as a crack in reality tears open the sky. The stage is set for an epic showdown. He repeats his vow. The Rookie King title is his, and no one will stand in his way. The news of the new S-class Berserker spreads, but he barely gives it a second thought. The rumor mill is churning about Lin Mingxuan's engagement, but it's just noise to him. While others struggle, he's already miles ahead on the 7th floor. They think she has a trump card, but Subai is busy breaking their records. He's living rent-free in their heads as they watch his rapid ascent. The leaderboard shifts as he climbs, leaving the competition scrambling to catch up. They try to console themselves, but deep down, they know he's on another level. He steps into the dark castle, ready to conquer the 7th floor. The shadows of the castle hold no fear for him. He exploits the boss's blind spot with a devastating critical hit. Old habits die hard. He shifts focus back to the 4th floor, clearing it with ruthless efficiency. The battlefield erupts in a deafening clash as the monsters launch their brutal assault. Chaos reigns supreme in this pulse-pounding moment of pure carnage. He refuses to lose, pushing his limits to the absolute edge. He secures a fragment of the Fate Stone and advances his class, growing stronger with every passing hour. He hits the jackpot. An SS-rank Gunner-class crystal is now his. He enters the abyss of pain, the 8th floor, with newfound power. The environment is hostile, but he's relentless. Only 2 floors left to go. He's almost at the finish line. He regrets wasting time on the 6th floor but is determined to make up for it now. He hits the 9th floor, Nightmare Town, and resolves to blitz through it as fast as possible. The 9th floor is as disgusting as its name implies. He wants out immediately. He pushes onward, fueled by the goal of leaving his rivals in the dust. Finally, he reaches the 10th floor, the Nightmare platform. He stares down the Nightmare boss, knowing this is the final hurdle to becoming the Rookie King. He's in a hurry. He has no time to play games with a boss. He draws his blade, ready to carve his way through the nightmare. A terrifying entity of pure malice unleashes a cataclysmic blast of blue hellfire. Destruction is imminent as the nightmare descends upon its prey. He mocks the boss, pointing out that its old tricks won't work on him twice. If you're enjoying this recap, smash that like button and subscribe for more. The system announces his victory. He's the first to clear the 10th floor, and he's earned the prestigious Rookie King title. He reflects on his past life. He never even had a chance at this title before, but now it's finally his. He gathers his 5 treasure chests, hoping for a legendary payout. He pulls a tiger sword, but it's a bit of a letdown, not nearly good enough for his standards. The system rewards him with a lost treasure map. He's thrilled, a perfect opportunity to farm some top-tier gear if his luck holds out. Another ping. He secures a rare energy shield. Not exactly what he was hoping for, but you can't complain about free loot. A light stone. Perfect. Now he can hide his equipment and avoid unwanted attention. Someone's playing 4D chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Jackpot. He lands the perfect grade fire dragon gauntlets. The shield is a dud, but those gauntlets? Their stats are practically epic tier. He's basically walking around in God mode gear now. A thunderous shockwave erupts as he unleashes a devastating strike. The battlefield trembles under his overwhelming power. Whoa! Talk about a glow-up. The visual effects are so flashy they might just blind his enemies before he even hits them. His status screen displays a terrifying array of stats and relics. With the clock of all things and those new gauntlets, he's a walking catastrophe. He eyes his stats with a grin. With a little upgrade from the clock of all things, his punches are going to be absolutely lethal. Time to burn through those 30 silver chests and cash out like a boss. The loot screen is overflowing with rewards, from experience potions to moonlight earrings. Meanwhile, the system announces Sue by his shattered history by clearing the 10th floor in record time. The world goes into a frenzy. An SSS rank crystal reward is announced, and the news rocks the Yen Kingdom to its core. The crowd erupts in cheers, praising the heavens for the Yen Kingdom's newfound glory. Inside the high-stakes meeting hall, the pressure is mounting. The order is given. Track down Sue by immediately. They need to recruit him before any other squad gets their hands on the golden boy. A squad leader questions the logistics. If they're poaching talent, they need a serious offer on the table. The room is thick with ambition and the scent of desperate recruitment. Go big or go home. The captain demands they offer him a spot in the elite first-line team. Second-line squads are for chumps. If they secure an SSS rank powerhouse, they'll never have to do grunt work again. There's no room for error. This genius must be brought into the fold at any cost. They're already dreaming of the glory, envisioning themselves as the second most powerful squad in the world. The mission is accepted with a smirk. It's time to show those arrogant squads 5 and 6 who's really in charge. The sentiment is unanimous. Missing out on this super genius is not an option. Back at the tavern, players are whispering. Why hasn't he changed his class yet? The mystery is driving everyone crazy. A sudden outburst. Who dares to act so recklessly in this establishment? With a mysterious blindfold and a sinister smirk, our protagonist effortlessly tosses his loot over his shoulder. The hunt is over, and the prize is secured. The onlookers are terrified. Is he courting death? Flirting with the boss lady usually ends in a shallow grave. The boss lady approaches with a sharp tone, noting how fast he's working. He orders a falling star, and she doesn't even bat an eye. It's her secret recipe, and he knows exactly what to ask for. The crowd is stunned. He kicked the door open and didn't get vaporized? This guy is officially a local legend. She comments on his impressive haul. Even a beastkin's nose can't miss a scent of treasure this potent. She's all business, though, 1 gold per cup, no exceptions. Once he finishes his drink, he's out. He sips the drink, boosting all his stats. He's basically throwing pearls before swine, and nobody here even realizes the quality of the brew. He's exhausted from the grind and demands a private room on the 2nd floor. The room gasps. The legendary Lin Yuchan has appeared. A wise choice to back off. Trying to mess with these two would end in nothing but tears. He tells her it's time to inspect the goods. She's floored by the sheer volume of items he's produced. Everything is pulled from a bottomless pouch. He tells her to name the price. He doesn't even care about the specifics. Business is booming, and the air is electric with potential profit. The inventory is insane. Dozens of F-rank, E-rank, and even 5 B-rank crystals. He drops the final bomb, the cherry on top of the deal. He reveals an S-rank class change crystal. The room goes deathly silent as everyone stares in disbelief. He tells her to name her price. The ball is firmly in her court. The system confirms it. S-rank Magic Scholar crystal. It's the real deal. She's shaking. An S-rank crystal is a literal once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The bidding war is about to get ugly. She knows she has to have it. He lays out his terms. Market price for the rest, 10% cash, the rest in gold, plus a massive procurement list. She accepts without hesitation. Handling supplies is child's play for someone with her connections. He hands over the list and tells her to get to work. He lets out a sigh of relief. The hard part is already done. Now, for the main event, the S-rank crystal negotiation begins. She drops the number 200 million in cold, hard cash. The onlookers lose their minds. 200 million. Is it even worth that much? She sweetens the deal with an additional 200,000 gold and a luxury residence in Lingfeng City. The crowd is whispering in awe. Lingfeng City is the first city beyond the tower. This deal is legendary. He considers the offer. Maybe it is worth the hype after all. The tension spikes as a mysterious figure looms before the stunned group. Caught off guard, the pink-haired beauty freezes in total shock. He cuts to the chase. It's a deal. 7 days to cough up the payment. They seal the contract right then and there. The digital ink is drying on a deal that will change the power balance forever. The contract is signed. A professional handshake between two people who know the value of a good trade. He gives her the floor. If there's more to say, now is the time. She offers him a spot in the prestigious Lin Group. It's the kind of invitation most people would kill for. He brushes it off. He's got his own path to walk, and class changing isn't on the immediate agenda. She's baffled. Why not change class? Is he not worried about getting robbed? He just laughs it off. He's got it all under control. He's beat, and he's heading to his room to crash. See you later. The crowd is still buzzing. Since when is the Lin family's eldest miss so polite? And was that really Su Bai in starter gear? It was him. They're arguing about his outfit. If he's a god-tier player, why is he dressed like a total newbie? A disgruntled merchant is fuming, claiming Su Bai has completely ruined his business. A menacing shadow looms over the sleeping hero. The intruder has finally arrived, and danger is just a heartbeat away. She finds him hiding and catching some shut-eye. How dare he relax while she's losing money? He doesn't even open his eyes, just lets out a dismissive grunt. He asks her how she even found his secret spot. She demands he deal with the chaos downstairs, or she'll make him regret it. With a flick of his wrist, he flashes a stack of gold and a cold, confident smirk. The hunt for profit is officially on. He tosses the cash at her. Is this enough to cover the trouble? She pockets the gold, noting that dealing with trouble is her specialty. He warns her not to kill anyone. He's a businessman, not a psycho. He pivots to business. He's got another opportunity he wants to discuss. She's intrigued. Another rare liquor formula? She wants to know just how rare this one is. She recognizes his talent. Farming an SSS-grade crystal isn't luck. It's skill. He drops the bomb. He wants to open the divine trial. The atmosphere in the room shifts instantly. She's surprised. Where on earth would a kid like him hear about the divine trial? He keeps his cards close to his chest. He's lived this life 100 times before. He knows exactly how it works. He ignores her prying and asks the only question that matters. Is he eligible? She warns him of the stakes. This is a one-way trip to a unique hidden class. He's failed 100 times in the past, but this time he's absolutely sure of his success. He tells her to stop stalling and arrange the trial. She shrugs. If he wants to throw his life away, she won't stand in his way. The mysterious blue crystal shatters under his grip. An overwhelming surge of power is unleashed. The system is ready to initiate the sequence. The system warns him. There is no turning back once the divine trial begins. The mysterious elf channels raw arcane energy, locking our hero in a lethal magical gaze. The tension explodes as the summoning circle crackles with unstoppable power. She tries one last time to talk him out of it, but he calls her out for being a nag. She's furious. She lashes out with a spell, telling him to drop dead. He dodges it effortlessly. He's seen this move 1,000 times. She's confused. Why does this kid feel so familiar? The energy is reaching a breaking point. Cornered and breathless, he grits his teeth as the heat rises around him. The pressure is mounting, but he refuses to back down. The trial is active. Equipment is locked. Buffs are gone. It's just him and his skills now. A lone warrior steps into the heart of hell, surrounded by the scorched remains of the fallen. He marches fearlessly into the inferno where death itself resides. He looks at the corpses in the river, all the heroes who failed before him. He's not here to join them. He's here to take what they couldn't. Eyes wide with shock, he freezes as a mysterious system interface suddenly materializes before him. What game-changing notification just shattered his reality? His stats are nerfed, his gear is basic, but the golden hoe remains. It's a good day to be a farmer of destruction. If you're enjoying this recap, smash that like button and subscribe for more. The timer is ticking down. 50 seconds until the demon horde arrives. He's feeling confident. His base stats are higher than his previous life. This should be a cakewalk. He takes stock of the arena. 1,000 square meters of lava. One slip and it's game over. The air is thick with the smell of sulfur and impending doom. A deadly vortex of raw power rips through reality. The air shatters as these razor-sharp blades tear open the fabric of space. The dungeon demons spawn elite level 10. He greets them like old friends. They're multiplying fast. No more time to stand around. With a flash of steel and lethal intent, he launches into a lightning-fast strike. No one stands a chance against his blinding speed. Critical hit. 500 HP gone in a blink. He's unimpressed. He needs more power than this to clear the stage efficiently. A devastating blow. 2,000 HP gone. Instant kill. 9 demons down, 1 point closer to his goal. Keep it up. He's still complaining about the stingy rewards. Some people are never satisfied. With a lightning-fast dash, he unleashes a lethal strike to cleave through the terrifying beast. The steel-shattering blow lands with devastating precision. With a flash of lethal intent, he unleashes a devastating, razor-sharp strike. The battlefield trembles as his blade slices through everything in its path. Another triple kill. The demon count is dropping rapidly. The carnage is beautiful to behold. A blinding flash of steel cleaves through the darkness as the hero strikes the monstrous spider down. One precise blow is all it takes to shatter the nightmare. The system keeps the kill count scrolling. Another triple kill. He's playing this like a professional. He muses on his technique. Sword QI sweeps and charges. These are the secrets to true power. Without his past knowledge, he'd be just another corpse in the lava river. He's dialed in. The trial is intense, but he's in his element. A sharp, dangerous glint flashes in his eyes as he lets out a heavy, calculated breath. The trap is set, and there's no turning back now. Critical hit. Another demon bites the dust. 10 points secured. He's one step closer to that status restore. Time to go on a rampage. The forum is in an uproar. Everyone is obsessing over the SSS rank crystal and whether he's actually a genius or a total idiot. The boss lady is shutting down the rumors. Subai isn't there, and the crystal is history, so stop asking. The crowd refuses to believe it. How can a crystal that rare be destroyed so easily? She threatens to crush their heads just like she crushed the crystal. That shuts them up pretty fast. Back at the strategy group, the panic is reaching a boiling point. Tension mounts as he grips the mysterious document, ready to uncover the truth hidden within. The game is about to change forever. The boss hears the news. The SSS rank crystal is gone, and the panic is absolute. If the NPC said it, it's gospel. The realization that they've lost their golden opportunity is sinking in. The international forums are having a field day. Nations are throwing insults, claiming the Yen Kingdom wasted their best chance. The boss is fuming. That brat really threw away something that valuable? He's officially written off as a lost cause. He's not frontline material, and everyone knows it now. The rivalry between them is boiling over. She warns the others to stay out of her business regarding the pretty boy. The arguing continues, but the truth is about to hit them like a truck. They're scrambling to secure the Tower of Gods, desperate to salvage what they can. The final order: the moment he exits the novice zone, bring him in. The hunt for Subai is officially on. The group scoffs, dismissing the idea that he could ever pull another SSS-class crystal, though they grudgingly admit he might have special techniques worth stealing. They heap praise upon their boss, their sycophantic devotion reaching new heights of cringe. A debate breaks out over whether to torture or bribe him, as if they aren't just a bunch of thugs playing at being masterminds. The boss demands they spare no expense to extract those techniques, claiming they are vital for the future of the Yen Kingdom. The trial begins. He plunges into the fray, his blade carving through lesser demons like a hot knife through butter. The first stage is cleared, but 10 hours of constant fighting has left our hero completely drained. He sighs, realizing the road ahead is grueling. 9 more stages and 1,000,000 kills to reach that coveted SSS rating. With over 11,000 kills down, the second stage begins, flooding the area with a swarm of stinger demons. The newcomer period is ticking away, and he knows he has to pick up the pace if he wants to survive. It's a massive headache, but he admits this level of intensity is exactly what he needs. He swaps his gear, equipping a basic thorn iron whip to handle the incoming swarm. The air vibrates with danger as these lethal, mechanical-looking hornets swarm in for the kill. Their glowing red eyes lock onto their prey, signaling a brutal assault is about to begin. The whip cracks through the air, scoring critical hits and one-shotting waves of enemies with ease. He chuckles at his own efficiency. The stinger demons are fast, but their pathetic defense makes them perfect target practice. He unleashes a sweeping wave of sword chi, clearing out groups of demons in a single, fluid motion. The kill count skyrockets as he lands 40 critical hits in one devastating strike. 12 hours pass in a blur of blood and steel, with his score climbing to an impressive 255,210. He finally clears the area, though his exhaustion is starting to weigh him down. Another quick gear switch and he's ready to keep the momentum going. He takes a brief moment to catch his breath, acknowledging the 250,000 demons he just put in the dirt. Fully restored by the system, he barely has time to blink before the third stage, featuring a swarm of warlock imps, begins. Switching to a short bow, he decides to play it smart and pick them off from a distance. The arrows fly, finding their marks with deadly precision amidst the chaos. A swarm of winged goblins descends from the shadows, their glowing staves crackling with deadly energy. The onslaught has begun. The imps arrive in force, but he isn't even sweating yet. The battle intensifies as he maneuvers through the encroaching magical projectiles. He lets out a defiant cry, cutting down the imps as they attempt to surround him. Subai scoffs at the idea of being outpaced, weaving through the magic with blinding speed. He keeps up the pressure, refusing to give the imps a single second to breathe. He knows his speed is an asset, but to survive this trial, he needs to push himself even further. The 10th floor of the Tower of the Gods looms ahead, promising even greater challenges. An announcement rings out. Lin Mengxian has cleared the 10th floor on Nightmare mode in just over 40 hours. The system broadcast serves as a grim reminder of how steep the competition really is. The Tower of the Gods continues to claim the attention of every top-tier player. The record is set, and the name Lin Mengxian is cemented in the rankings once again. Her eyes blaze with icy resolve as she prepares to unleash her power. The battlefield shifts, and there's no turning back now. The intensity of the tower trial is clearly pushing everyone to their absolute limits. The hero readies his glowing blade, prepared to unleash hell on the demonic swarms surrounding him. With lightning crackling at his fingertips, he stands as the final line of defense. Statistics show over 4.5 million qualified players, but only the elite will make the final cut. The ranking is updated, showing 110 S-rank rookies and 21 SS rankers, with the Yen Kingdom holding 8 top-tier spots. They analyze the roster, noting the strength of the gunners and swordsmen while wondering where exactly Su-bai has disappeared to. Back at the tavern, questions are raised about why she turned down invitations from top players like Lin Mengxian. She is warned that rejecting such an opportunity could be a major setback for the Lin family's future. She ignores the chatter, focusing intently on whether her final preparations for the day are complete. She keeps her own counsel, confident that her secret plans will soon silence all the doubters. Su-bai's status remains listed as abnormal, and the rumors about his destroyed crystal continue to swirl. Everyone is waiting for him to emerge, curious to see if he's a total washout or a hidden powerhouse. The 7th stage of the gods' trial officially commences. The atmosphere grows heavy as the difficulty ramps up significantly. He locks in, preparing for the next wave of carnage. He fires a barrage of ice arrows, freezing the incoming monsters in their tracks. The frozen enemies shatter upon impact, earning him a massive boost in his score. He laughs at their high defense, pointing out that the harder they are, the easier they break when frozen. With only 3 stages left and time running out, he knows he needs to kick things into high gear. Stage 8 triggers, and he prepares for an onslaught of toxic shell sacred insects. He dances through their traps, wiping out nearly 30 insects in a single, devastating flurry. 6 hours later, he's still standing, mocking the slow movements of his enemies. The blade aura erupts with devastating force. A lethal strike surges forward to annihilate everything in its path. It's a bloodbath, and he's racking up kills like he's playing a game of tag. His points hit the 1 million mark, but the clock is ticking down to the final 24 hours. He's hungry for that brave achievement, and he won't stop until he's taken down the final boss. He braces himself, waiting for the final challenge to show its face. A sinister crimson seal erupts with raw, crackling power. The ground shatters as an ominous energy descends upon the lone warrior. The air becomes suffocating as the boss materializes before him. The Red Lotus demon appears, a level 10 overlord with terrifying stats that could crush most players in seconds. This isn't just another mob. This is a true test of strength. He smiles, realizing this is exactly the opponent he's been waiting for. The demon roars, vowing to destroy the insolent human daring to stand in its path. The pressure is immense, enough to buckle the knees of any lesser fighter. He acknowledges the demon's stubbornness, noting that the fight is going to be a real grind. With 2000 defense, the demon is a walking fortress, and he can't find a weak spot. He decides to play the long game, waiting for the one opening that could end the fight. He activates his flash steps, blurring across the battlefield to avoid the demon's reach. It's a deadly game of cat and mouse, and he's played this routine dozens of times before. The intensity of the clash leaves the environment in shambles. The hook chain lashes out, and it's clearly far more dangerous than anything he's faced so far. A winged demon obliterates a skeleton in a fiery explosion of gore. High above, the observer watches in stunned silence as the carnage unfolds. The demon taunts him, breathing torrents of lava across the battlefield. He dodges the flames, his focus narrowing down to the boss's movements. He screams in defiance, determined to avenge every warrior the demon has slaughtered. The clash of steel against hellfire echoes through the arena. With a deafening roar, the monster lunges forward to deliver a lethal strike. There's no escaping this brutal, blood-soaked onslaught. He barely sidesteps the blow, feeling the heat singe his clothes. Now is the moment. The opening he's been waiting for finally appears. If you're enjoying this recap, smash that like button and subscribe for more. He lunges forward, putting every ounce of his strength into a single, decisive attack. He grins, knowing that even a god can be brought low if their defense is shattered at the right moment. With a wicked grin and electric intent, he draws back his bow for a lethal shot. There's no escaping the strike once he's locked on his target. The demon lets out a final, agonizing howl as the arrow finds its mark, ending the battle once and for all.